Hello, this is Deborah with Black Education TV. I'm out in the garden today. I decided to stay home. Everyone went to the park except for me and my mom and the little one. I decided to stay back because there were some things that I needed to get done here. They went really early, and so they'll be back shortly. It's a little after 9, so they've been gone since around 6. But again, I decided to stay back because I wanted to do some work out in the garden. I've been out here for the past 3 hours, just talking to Abba Yah, planting some things, watering some things, and just doing my thing out here. I love the garden. I love being out here. I love this time that I get to spend with the Most High Yah. Whether we're here or at the land, it's all the same. That private, quiet time with Abba Yah is so precious to me. Ever since I was a very young child, I've enjoyed talking to the Most High, conversing with Him, sharing conversation with my Abba Yah. As you see, things are coming along quite nicely here in the garden. I thank Abba Yah for this. I thank Him for what He has done. I thank Him for putting it back in our spirits. A lot of Yah's people are going back to our roots. I mean, this is what we did. We grew food. This is what we did. This is nothing new. This is something that we've always done. And for me, it's something that I've always loved. Got potatoes in the containers there. We've been eating off this lettuce right here for some time. As you pick off, it continues to grow. You see this right here, you can tell we just kind of take all of that off. You know, it's been the gift that keeps on giving, you see. Same with this lettuce here. You see, we just tear it down and it continues to put out more leaves for you. So we've just been allowing it to do just that. We have something that's growing here. Looks like a kind of lettuce that fell underneath the bed here. A seed or something that found its way under the bed. And so we'll be able to eat that as well. We have corn planted in different spots in the yard. And different kinds of corn, as a matter of fact. And everything is looking quite nice. This corn right here is some corn that Brother Paul planted. I think it's popcorn, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's popcorn. Yeah, you grow your own popcorn too. Now, I wanted to actually show this. This is a different kind of lettuce too than the two that I just showed you. This is my husband's favorite. This is romaine lettuce. And as you see, some of them are ready to come off of there. Some are still small, you see. Some are quite small, but some of them are very big and healthy and ready to come off. As a matter of fact, we may take a couple off today to have with our meal. You see. This is a container of potatoes right here. We're also trying potatoes in burlap bags this year. Now this right here, this is butternut squash. This is the bed that we used the year before last. Not last year, but the year before last to grow butternut squash. Last year we used the bed up front. But when we grew it back here the year before last, we had so many butternut squash that we were able to send some back to Michigan with some friends that had visited us. We were able to send some back with them because it was just producing so much. It produced so much that we had it well into the fall season. Looks like a mushroom. I don't know what kind of mushroom that is. Maybe I'll have Sophia. She's our little researcher. She's so into herbs. I'm thankful to the Most High that I mean, she has a love. Her and Rebecca both. Rebecca's younger, but she is taking on that same love for herbs that Sophia has. Like I said, we have corn in several areas, different kinds of corn. Things are coming along quite nicely in the garden. Toda Abiyah. I'll go up front in a bit, but I just wanted to come over here to, I don't know if you all remember when I showed this. This is our red Russian kale. And as you see, with every rainfall, they just get bigger and bigger and bigger. Anyone who has ever tasted red Russian kale, red Russian kale, knows that it is a very, very tasty kale. It's delicious, 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 delicious. I just plucked this one off because we had a light dusting of rain. You have to always be careful though. You see that? I'm gonna have to wash him off before I can eat him because it looks like a web of some sort. So I'm gonna put him off to the side. We had a light dusting of rain, so usually you can just pick right from the garden and just eat. And this one looks good. But yeah, red Russian kale is delicious. The children absolutely love it. Okay. As a matter of fact, this one that I took off, I'm going to give it to the birds and give it to the chicken. We have a chicken that's not big enough to join the rest of them yet. So we have them separated because for some reason chickens are bullies. If there's a smaller bird around, they will attack it. So I'm just going to come over here and give this to her. Look at her, she's all ready. Look at her. I could barely even get it in there. Hold on, little lady. There you go. There you go. There you go, sweetheart. She took her little piece and ran. There's more. Oh, she liked that. Look at her. Look at her, yeah. Now, these are our quail down here. Just doing their little thing. They see me here. Yep, I see you. Now, these are meat quail. The way the guy explained it, they are thick and ready to be eaten. Look at them. Okay. I like to do these videos in the garden because many of you over the years have contacted me and said that watching my garden videos have encouraged you to start your own garden. As you see, we have a variety of ways we're growing things. We use containers. That's my thyme right there, in which we've already dried some and ground it to powder, and it's ready for use. And this is another container with cucumbers in it. We have cucumbers in several areas. Cucumbers in several areas. As you see, we've gone back to eating. This is something Brother Paul planted. I think it's called milk thistle or something like that. And it's good for women. He says it's good for women. Whatever it is women go through. I haven't done any research on it yet, but as you see, it's looking really, really good. Looking really nice. Okay. I wanted to come over here for a reason. And this is actually an area that's not really a part of our garden. It's kind of like where we throw scraps and things like that, and all of our straw and our manure from the chicken coop way over there. Way, way, way over there. We bring all of that and we put it in this area, and from time to time we till it all together, till it all under, whatever, the straw, the extra dirt, any wood chips or chicken manure, quail manure, all of that kind of stuff we just bring over here. But anyway, apparently some seeds found their way over here in this pile. You see that? And so we have some greens growing up over here. It's kind of funny, but I saw these. Brother Paul was out here working. He and his wife were out here doing some work. And I came over and I said, wow, look at this nice patch of greens. And Brother Paul said, I was hoping nobody would see that because I was going to come and snatch them up. I said, well, I'll tell you what, brother, we'll split them. And we can split them. And so that's the agreement. We're gonna share these that are over here in the compost pile. Let it grow a little bit more first. There's some there. This one isn't as big yet, but as you see, here's another little spot right there. But I said, wow, they're over here hiding. There's a little bit more over there too. They're not as big yet, but they're sitting right there. From time to time, those kind of things happen in the garden, where things that were not planted kind of end up in the compost pile because different seeds that get scattered around the yard. We have this year again, we have some tomato plants that kind of found their way from last year, because we have a lot of areas where we've planted tomatoes. Okay, but from time to time we run across tomato plants that we didn't plant in that spot, and so we just leave them. We just leave them because it's just a seed that found its way from the previous year, and we say, okay, well, you can just stay there, continue to grow there, and we will reap the tomatoes thereof. Yah has put it in our hearts to take this farming thing, this gardening thing, should I say, to a whole other level. We're taking it from simple gardening to farming. Although this would be considered a small farm here, we feel the need to try to grow as much food as we can. We've all been discussing what we feel Yah has put on our hearts to do in terms of growing food, because it is important that we all talk on these things and actually move in that direction, because Abba Yah is a provider, and I do believe that it is our duty. I believe that it is our duty to do what we can to help our people. Of course, we can't do it alone. We can't do it all by ourselves. I believe it's all of our job. You know, a lot of people like to shuffle that responsibility off to others, and they don't want to participate. That's why the scripture says the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. This is one of those tomato plants I was talking about. It just kind of found its way here, so we're going to leave it there. You see? And that's one of those tomato plants. We're just going to let it grow. But anyway, the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. No one wants to work in the harvest. So the Most High said, or the Word said, it says, pray ye therefore that the master of the harvest would send forth laborers into the harvest. You see? And so it is our prayer that the Most High would send laborers. Those who see, know, and understand how important it is for us to do what we can, not just for our own families, but for others too. And encourage those who have any amount of land. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have a small city lot, small city garden. Look up the Dervays in California. That's a family who has, I think, just a very small piece of land in a very small city lot. And they grow so much food that they're actually producing an income from what they're able to sell, from what they produce on such a small space. And so I want to continue to encourage our brothers and sisters who have any amount of space to grow food to continue to do so, or at least start to do so, should I say. And those of you who are already doing it, continue. Try different things. You see that? These are burlap bags. We put potatoes in those. And I did say I was going to the front, so I'm going to make my way up there too. Someone even left a message on one of my posts and said that they and their wife are growing food inside of their apartment using, I believe they said was it aquaponics? I believe they said they're using aquaponics. And so there are different things you can do. I'm going to go up front here and just show what we have going on up here. Okay. Just the other day, we just tilled out this little spot along the strawberry bed to grow some more green beans. Okay. We have watermelons in that corner over there. Green beans in that spot. Some cabbage, and then there's another spot over there we still have to plant in. This is the strawberry bed right here. And what you know, strawberries produce runners, so it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. It may not do much this year, but it will produce runners. Now, let me show you this here first. This is a bed. These are some things that Brother Paul planted here. There's various things. That right there are more potatoes. That's a big bed of potatoes that he's planted. We got a lot of potatoes planted at the land as well. We have pumpkins at the land, watermelons, tomatoes, corn, and butternut squash. Now this right here I wanted to show. This is another big area of potatoes. Brother Paul and his wife planted. Big area of potatoes. Okay, and this is an area of corn that we planted. One thing we noticed, we put leaf mulch in this whole area, right? But you notice those right there are much taller than these right here. Well, what had happened, Brother Paul didn't know that we had planted corn in this spot, and he had dumped some more leaf mulch. And so the area where the leaf mulch was thicker, the corn is actually growing taller. See, that is growing faster, should I say, because this is going to get tall too. As we did have leaf mulch here as well. It just wasn't as much. So the thing that we are noticing is the deeper the soil, whether it's leaf mulch or just regular soil, because the area that he planted the popcorn back there is an area that we had thick soil. We had potatoes and sweet potatoes planted in previous years in that spot. So it was really thick already. Because it was thick, loose soil, it actually encourages root growth a lot better. So that's what you see happening here. When you have thicker, looser soil, you will have a better result in whatever it is you're growing. And leaf mulch is just, is basically decomposed leaves. So you see that the growth of the corn here is far greater because it was thicker. The leaf mulch was thicker. I see we don't have our tractor and stuff here to move things around. And so when you're doing a lot of things by hand, you don't have as much success as if you would with a machine that you're using. This is another area right here that I said we're going to plant in today, Yah willing. I'm going to put some tomatoes around the base of the tree there. We do that every year, either tomatoes or cucumbers we'll put around the base of a tree and allow them to just climb up. But yeah, we're going to plant in that area today. And so just wanted to show what we have going on this small farm. And when we go to the land, I can give an update on what we have growing there as well. Yah willing, if I don't forget, or get too busy doing other things that we're working on. But yes, family, we really encourage you all to do what you can. We're not trying to strike fear in anyone when we say that we should come together and try to grow food and do things. We're not trying to strike fear. Some people get the wrong idea. This is not about fear. This is about doing something that was already in our culture to begin with. we shouldn't have to depend on this system. We see that the system is about to crash. And so instead of waiting to see how the system is going to bounce back, or if it will even bounce back at all, instead of waiting for that, we should try to do what we can so that we can feed our families and be in a position to help others as well. That is what Yah would have us to do. And so we are without excuse, people. And again, we should stop thinking of it as someone else's job or this person should do that. It doesn't mean that just because someone is a teacher or a leader or does videos, that is their job alone to do things. It's all of our job. It's the job of all of us to help each other. You see, some people get that all wrong. Lay people, leaders, speakers, teachers, evangelists, it doesn't matter what you are. We should all be in the mindset of wanting to help each other and wanting to love each other and not shuffling the responsibility off to others. So be encouraged, family. And as always, Sister Deborah Yah loves you. And I want you to be encouraged. I want you to think about the things that we say and do whatever you can do. Buy 1 pack of seeds, 2 packs, do whatever you can do. Because guess what? Seeds are going to become the new treasures. We were all talking about this yesterday, how a person's gold and silver and money is not going to mean anything to a person who has food for their family during the economic collapse. It's like if a person comes and says, look, I have this gold and this silver for you. The person with the food is going to say, what can I do with that? I can't do anything with that gold and silver, but I can eat this here food, you see. So if you want to invest in the future, invest in some good seeds, invest in land if you can, even if it's just a small parcel. I mean, throughout this country, there are 1 acre parcels, 2 acre parcels, 5, 10, 15 acres. I mean, I've seen parcels of land going for $2,000 and $3,000. I mean, they may not be that big, but I'm trying to make a point here. Do something, something gets done. Do nothing, and nothing gets done. We can talk all we want, we can post all we want, and we can say all we want. But we have to be doers and not just posters only. And with that, I will say I love you, family, and shalom.